Hey guys, what's going on? This is Travis P11. I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. Well guys, today we're going to do just a simple cleaning of this Charter Arms 38 Special Police Bulldog revolver. It should be a fairly easy pistol to clean up, but again, I do these videos. Should this be your first revolver that you've ever purchased, or you want to learn how to clean a revolver in general, just stay tuned and we will go ahead and get started. Alright, hang tight. Okay guys, so before we get started, I just want to let you know that this firearm is on loan to me from Stan, the owner of SS Pawn in Lexington, Nebraska. Stan does loan me guns from his private collection. I bring them to the channel with range test videos that we do and some cleaning videos and so on. So do check out SS Pawn in Lexington, Nebraska. It's a great place to shop, and they will take care of your firearms needs. Now, to clean a revolver like this, it's very simple. It doesn't require a lot of specialty items. You can get by with just a single piece cleaning rod with which you could put your bore brushes on it and your patches and so on. Got a few more specific items that I use to make the job a little bit easier for me. So starting off on my left here, we've got a Hoppe's 9 bore brush, bore snake. If you don't have one of these, you should definitely pick one up. They're kind of nice. They just make it quick and easy to clean out your barrels and just do a simple scrub out without too much consumption of time or resources. We'll show you how to use this when we get there. Very simple. And then up here on the left above it, we've got ourselves some cotton cleaning patches. Now you can use a cut up cotton t-shirt if you want to. I usually buy these pre-cut just for the videos to save a little bit of time, but there's nothing wrong with using 100% cotton t-shirts that are sitting around that you don't use anymore. A little bit of break-free CLP is what we're going to use. Again, light coats of oil and everything. You don't want an excess amount of oil. In fact, if there's any excess, you can wipe it off with a dry patch when you get done. A couple cleaning brushes. These are just designed for 9mm or 380s. Should do the job just fine. These come with other handguns that I've picked up in the past. Soft brass, and then just a nylon, just something to kind of clean out the bores and clean out the cylinder and so on. Soft bristle brushes, soft brushes. You can get these, again, you can use old toothbrushes if you want to, or get this in the cleaning section of your sporting goods store, Walmart, gun store, and so on. Q-tips, and a long-standing tradition, a nice cup of coffee. Usually go with Black Rifle Coffee Company. Today we've got some 5-Finger Death Punch blend. I love it. It's 8:45 on a Sunday night. We need to wake up, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is ensure that the firearm is in fact unloaded. On the revolver, it's real simple. Just push the little button here and you can take out the cylinder and check it out. Got a 6-round capacity and it is empty. Okay, while we have the firearm sitting out, and by the way, you should never fling the gun shut. You never want to do that. It's a good way to bend the crane or bend the neck where your cylinder rests, so go ahead and leave that open. Just go ahead and grab yourself a patch. Got a couple drops of some CLP sprayed on it, and we're just going to do just a basic wipeout of the inside of the revolver, the top, bottom, all the way around. There's not a lot of complicated cleaning that goes into one of these things. You don't have to disassemble the trigger mechanism or anything along those lines. You just want to get in every little nook and cranny, every little edge, and just make sure that it has just a real thin light coat of CLP on it, okay, just enough to kind of protect it and so on. If you've got an excessively dirty inside area here, you can take a brush shoot if you want to, but this revolver is in really good shape. Again, it's not too worn out. I mean, it's seen some holster wear and so on, but again, doesn't seem like it's been fired a whole ton. But anyway, we'll just go ahead and just continue wiping it out. Okay, it looks decent. What you want to do is just wipe with a couple patches until it comes clean and you're going to be all set to go. Just go ahead and just take your CLP and just put a little shot of oil down the barrel. I like to call this marinating the barrel. Just going to let the cleaner sit there for a little bit. It should start to foam up and then just start to sink down the barrel. Just let it go. Now while that's going on, what I also like to do is just put a little drop of CLP down each of the chambers here in the cylinder. And it's going to start dripping oil out the end. Now this gun is definitely in need of a cleaning. It is fairly dirty. Just dust and just kind of some holster material that's kind of finding its way into all the different areas inside of it. So it's not too bad. I mean, it's not any worse than what you might expect on an older gun. So go ahead and wipe off your extractor rod. And what we're going to do now, again, you got a lot of options. You could take your one-piece cleaning rod if you want to with the bristle brush on the end of it for a 38 caliber handgun. You could run that down each one of the chambers. I'm just going to use my little cleaning rod here because it's real simple and easy. Go and give it a little scrub. Again, and the other thing too is once you clean your firearms the right way, you know, get a good coat of oil on there, get everything wiped off, get it cleaned off nice. You're going to find that the gun does clean up a lot easier after that. Just kind of leaves a nice protective coating, which is what we're shooting for. You're going to hear me say that a lot. But again, we don't want to excessively oil the firearm, okay? Now, just go ahead and look down the cylinder. I can see that, look down the chambers. I can see there's no buildup or residue down there. We're looking good. Okay, we're gonna let that sit for now. All right, now what we want to do is, since there's already some oil down the barrel, I'm gonna go ahead and take my bore snake here, okay, which again was set for 9mm, 38 special and 380. Just go ahead and put the weight down the front of the barrel. It's gonna get a little messy, but that's just kind of comes with the kind of par for the course, I guess you could say. And just go ahead and pull that through. Again, I'm doing this at kind of an opposite angle for how I'd usually do it, so it might be a little awkward, but okay, you can do this 2 or 3 times if you want to. And then when you're done with it, just put yourself a flashlight down the front of the barrel or the back of the barrel and just take a look and make sure that the rifling, the little grooves that you see in the barrel, there's no buildup in them, and that the barrel's nice and shiny. So I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that from this angle, but that's a little hard to get that to light up. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and check down it. Yeah, looks good. It is good. Okay, we're all set there, ready to go. Okay, now the next thing that we want to do is just go ahead and take any kind of brushes, however you want to do this, again on a single piece cleaning rod or just with these if you want to. And oh, it looks like it is nice and clean. Okay, let's just go ahead and run some dry patches down this with our cleaning rod. So I did have some oiled patches on standby, but I don't think we need to use those. Let's go ahead and get this right. Again, the key here is that you just want to get this stuff wiped off and dried off so that you don't get any more powder residue that pops up on the cleaning cloths and the cleaning surfaces that you're going to be using. Okay, and again, the gun is going to be excessively oiled until we get it all finished up, and that's fine. We just want to make sure we don't leave any extra oil on it. Okay, run your dry patch down each one of these. Probably want to do this a couple times. You can see what starts to come off on it. That's normal. Kind of gives you an idea if the gun's been shot a lot, or definitely lets you know if it's clean or not before you take it back out. I always clean these guns before I take them to the range because I never really know how much they've been shot, obviously, unless I know it's a brand new firearm. Then it would just have the test shooting from the factory and so on. Okay, it looks pretty good. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and take the brush down this one more time and hit it with the dry patch one more time, and then we will come back. Feel free to do the same if you want to. Alright guys, so we got the chamber all cleaned out the way we want to. Something else you want to do, again, with just light oil on a patch, go ahead and push on your extractor and just go ahead and wipe that shaft off there, and then also this front part of the cylinder or rear, depending on however you're looking at it, go ahead and wipe that out. And again, we want to go ahead and get that taken care of. Very easy gun to clean up. Revolvers, not too difficult. Nice low maintenance firearms. Okay, go ahead and wipe out that channel there, get any excess oil out of there. Now another thing you might want to do, and this is a part that you really can't tell because this gun is blued or black, go ahead and take your brush and just go ahead and scrub a little bit on the front of that cylinder. If you do this, you want to make sure that you run a patch down the cylinder again through each of the chambers, as it might bring some of the some of the residue, sorry about that guys, it's been a long day, I think you need more coffee, back in each one of those chambers. Okay. Alright, looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and wipe that off. You tend to get your spent powder and your carbon buildup on the front of the cylinder right here. This is something you can do earlier in the cleaning too if you want to, doesn't really matter, but the key is to make sure you go through and clean out those chambers again. So, alright. Okay, that looks pretty good. Not bad. Go ahead and wipe out the inside one more time. Again, if you're getting a lot of dirt and grit, just keep taking clean patches to it with a little bit of oil on it until it comes clean. You can also get a bit of a buildup right here towards the rear of the barrel, so you might want to take a brush to that also. I'm going to be taking this one to the range tomorrow. I'm pretty excited to take it out there. Just thought maybe we check it out and see how well it shoots. Nice old revolver. Okay, now what you want to do is go and grab yourself a Q-tip or cotton swab, whatever you got. Just put just a little tiny bit of oil on it, okay? Just go ahead and wipe off any excess. We just want this thing barely damp at all. And then what I like to do, pull back on the hammer, just kind of wipe out the inside in general. If there's any crud or dirt or any kind of spent powder in there, any kind of grease. Again, we don't want to take it apart. We just want to go through and make sure that everything is just as clean as it can be for this area. You might want to scrub a little bit on the back here. When it comes out, there's a little bit that comes off on it, nothing too crazy. You don't want to overuse those cotton swabs because then you're going to have little cotton bits that are going to start to come off and go in there, but this guy looks pretty clean. Okay, not bad. Okay, functions properly. Okay, what we're going to do next is go ahead and just, again, with a little bit of oil, just wipe off the exterior surfaces of the revolver. So let's go ahead and do that. every little surface. And then we're going to go over it with the dry patch this time, just to take off any excess. I do like to use Rem oil on the outside of my firearms instead of CLP. I find it leaves a nice, just kind of, a nice protective coating, but it's not overly greasy. It's definitely a lot less oily, in my opinion, than CLP. But I do think that CLP is a superior product, in my opinion. Although I've been using both for probably over 20 years at this point, 25 years or so. So they're both great products. Go ahead and wipe off around the trigger guard. This is a neat looking gun. Nice old school classic pistol, you know. Which looks good. Bluing is still in pretty good shape. It's got a little bit of holster wear and stuff, but it isn't too bad. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and just wipe it off with a dry patch, and we should be all set to go to the range. So again, it was a little bit of elbow grease to get that cylinder cleaned out, and I did go through the barrel just a couple more times with that bore snake. You know, I did think I did a total of 4 passes through, which should be more than enough. But she does clean up well. So guys, that is it for the cleaning of this Charter Arms Police Bulldog 38 Special Revolver. Range tests on this should be coming in a couple days if you follow the channel. Please do like or subscribe if you like what you see. Guys, you can check the channel out over on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm also on Gunstreamer, UGEtube, gunchannels.com, where I've got a Saturday morning podcast called The Caliber Corner. You can also find me over on guntube.org if I didn't mention it, as well as all the other social media platforms that are out there. So that's it, guys. Please like or subscribe. Stay tuned to the channel. We got a lot more videos coming your way. Let's see, I think we covered all the important bits. You know, there might be some certain parts that you want to definitely put some lubrication on, possibly a drop of oil down here where the crane meets up with the frame. Otherwise, I think we're pretty much good to go. So that's it, guys. Thanks for joining us. Please like or subscribe. And guys, as always, I want you to have fun. I want you to be safe. Conceal carry legally if you can. And as you know, we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye.